Hey there, this is Alan Brocken. Now that my kids are grown up, they say I'm the cool dad everybody talks about. But if you're like me, I can attest that doesn't happen every day. When they were younger, I can say most days I didn't even have one word left for them at the end of the day. And it was just tough on all of us. So now that they're grown, I'm here to share my daily dad word with you to help you get your head out of work and into family life. Today, let's get started with our dad word, which is going to be parent. We're going to talk about parents, parenting. I'm going to give you some thoughts on that and maybe a parent joke or two, something along those lines. So, as a parent, I think one of the most important things that you're ever told is when you get on the airplane with your kids, you got to put on your oxygen mask before you help them. So I'm here to just help you remind you that you need to breathe. So take a deep breath in through your mouth, out through your nose. Take a deep breath in through your mouth, out through your nose. And you just keep doing that. You keep breathing. And as you're doing that, I want you to take the things that are on your list. You got customer problems, you've got supply problems, maybe there was just a bad interaction with a coworker, whatever, that thing you're chewing on in your head. And I want you to just kind of put an imaginary line and start to put those things below the line. You think about your budget, there's some stuff that's below the line you just don't pay for. Well, right now, during family time, whatever's going on at work, just put that below the line, keep breathing. As a Christian, I believe God set up parenting from the beginning. So here's this week's memory verse. Yet for us, there is but one God, the Father, from whom all things came and for whom we live. And there is but one Lord, Jesus Christ, through whom all things came and through whom we live. 1 Corinthians 8:16. I think this is just a great grounding verse to know where everything came from, and including the idea of even parenting, right? And so let me say this again. Yet for us, there is but one God, the Father, from whom all things came and for whom we live. And there is but one Lord, Jesus Christ, through whom all things came and through whom we live. 1 Corinthians 8:16. Are you still breathing? So take it slow. As you're hanging up the stuff from the day, I have to ask, is there a tough choice you're procrastinating on? When I was confronted with the concept that if I chose to be a great man, I was unlikely to be a great parent, I had to make a choice. And that brings me to today's great word. Destiny is not a matter of chance. It is a matter of choice. It is a thing to be waited for. It is a thing to be achieved. William Jennings Bryan. I believe that this is a super important point when it comes to parenting. There are many times when you have to make a hard call. The decision might hurt your child's feelings, or you may make the plan you had for your career have to take a different path. The tendency is to hold off, to look for more information, to wait and hope things change. But no decision is in and of itself a decision. The longer you delay that tough choice, the more likely circumstances to rob you of the choice, and you'll never know what was on the other side. I had to make a tough choice for my family when I decided to go be a traveling consultant. And it was tough. It was tough on my family. It was tough on me. But, it was one of those things that with prayer and a little bit of guidance, it was a choice I made, right? And there's been great benefits out of that. I mean, I wouldn't be in the position to be doing this podcast today if I hadn't had that experience. And I know I'm here to help you out. So, somewhere in your life, you may have a choice. What is that choice you're delaying? What is it that you're just not doing it? Well, maybe you need to talk it out. Why don't you join us on our Facebook group, the Daily Dad Word Discussions? The link is in the description. Happy to help you talk it out and make that decision. Are you still breathing? One of the other questions is, are your kids going through a tough time? Do they have decisions they need to make? Maybe they can take some inspiration from Mackenzie Barrett. When she was 16 years old, she developed a medical condition, reflex sympathetic dystrophy, that makes cold weather, wind, and vibrations excruciatingly painful. She found relief from her condition by letting her mind wander in fantastic works and books. Over time, she learned of many other children suffering the same condition, and she decided she wanted to do something about it. She made a decision. She learned of a residential treatment center that needed books for its library and began soliciting donations. Mackenzie's book drive has donated over 50,000 books to treatment centers in Georgia and neighboring states. You can learn more about Mackenzie's story at the link in the description. Still breathing? Okay, so if the breathing exercises aren't enough to clear your head, how about we try some parenting jokes? So here's a really important one. When does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes apparent. Okay, how about this one? Why couldn't the pirate kid watch a movie without their parent? Because it was rated R. Come on now, you gotta, that one was funny. Of course it was. All right, well, why don't you take a moment and think about the word parent, parenting, come up with a pun, a funny story. Maybe you got an anecdote about your parents that you want to share with your family, but get in the zone with your family tonight. And just thank you for tuning into the Daily Dad Word. If you're looking for some inspiration for your family, check us out at dailydadword.com, link in the bio. I have a number of resources there to plant a seed for a lifetime of relationships with your family, including a link to the Daily Dad Word Discussions Facebook group. If you found this focus time useful, click like and subscribe to be notified about the next day's show.